The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply. USAA.
Vitamin Water was born in New York because New Yorkers wanted more. Like more flavor to go with all the flavor. A refreshing drink after climbing 6 flights of stairs to a walk-up apartment, or standing in the subway station in 100-degree heat. Focus when I have an 8-hour shift, and Triple X after I was out all night at a club. Call Triple X. Drink vitamin water. It's from New York.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Basketball Leadership Podcast. Here are your hosts, Steve Collins and Greg Berg.
Hey, Coach. Welcome to the Basketball Leadership Podcast. I'm so excited you decided to join us. Before we jump into our topic today, I'd like to give a big shout out, first of all, to Coach Berg's website, gberge.gumroad.com. It's got all sorts of free resources, things that you can use, like the 300-hour club, an off-season development program, the preseason checklist, all sorts of great things. And there's some things you can buy as books. Those books are awesome. You can buy the iOS. Everything you need is over there. Go over and check it out. And then go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is the one-stop shop for basketball coaches. It's everything you need, everything I would have wanted in my 20s and 30s. It's got handouts, it's got printouts, it's got videos. It will walk you through this journey we call coaching. And hopefully, like my story, make a losing team into a winning team. So go over and check that out, and let's head off to the podcast. All right, welcome to the Basketball Leadership Podcast. Now, the today's topic, when they looked at this, Coach, is this could be I haven't even eaten dinner yet, so I gotta go eat dinner. This could be a really long talk, but we're gonna condense it. We're gonna try to make it 10, 15 minutes. So today's topic is, what is culture?
Yeah,
how would you define this?
Again, and it's the same thing with leadership, where we really try to take something incredibly complex. How do you simplify it for kids? How do you simplify it for other people? I'm a high school principal. I'm a varsity basketball coach. Culture in our school, culture on our team, it's something that's really important to me. And then, both of us are math teachers. We got to simplify really complex things for kids. How do you simplify it? So I simplified it 3 ways. I said culture, and it's not sitting in a circle, kumbaya stuff that a lot of people think culture is. Culture is number one. I view it as, what do you allow? Okay. As a coach, what do you allow? As a principal, what do I allow? Do we allow kids to show up late to practice? Do we allow them to skip reps? Do we allow them to go half speed? I mean, every single decision we make, we're either allowing something to happen or we're not. Okay. You got to think about what's important to you. And I got a story with that in a little bit. Secondly, culture is what you emphasize. Okay. Can't emphasize everything. I was a young coach. We had 10 defensive principles that I was going to, it was on the line, up the line. It was Dick Bennett. I had it all. Gosh, kids don't remember all that. You got to simplify it. I've narrowed it down to 3 things. I teach defense. It's no paint, contest, rebound. There you go. Obviously we break it down. We go more in depth with drills and stuff, but I want to simplify and what we want. And the same things with culture. What do you emphasize? What's important for us? They hear all the time, no deposit, no return. I want positive energy givers and team first kids. I feel if I have kids that think everything is earned on our team, kids that bring positive energy every day, and kids that are team first, if we do those 3 things, we're going to be pretty good. You know what I mean? And so that's what they hear from me all the time. And then lastly is culture's every day. Like, you don't just get a culture and then you're like, we're good now. I mean, these are high school kids. They are constantly trying to manipulate that culture with decisions they make. Every single decision we make is helping either hurt or help our culture. And I think coaches we lose sight of that. Think about what you allow, what you emphasize, and doing it each and every day. I'll give you an example. I was a 21-year-old college kid. I was coaching at our varsity football team in Winona, Minnesota. I was helping out. I was a quarterback coach, helped with the offense, but I was 21 years old. All season long, this running back, who was a D2 running back, was late getting into a stance. Okay. And I never said anything. I'm 21 years old. I just didn't feel it was my place. It bothered me. It annoyed me. And I'm like, this is going to come back and bite us. This is going to come back and bite us. I didn't say anything. We get to the section championship game. We're marching down to score. I think we're down like 4 points. We're on the 4-yard line. It's 4th and 1. And what happens? He's late getting into his stance. He's a little tired. Legal procedure, penalty. We don't get it. We don't go. And that defined me as a coach, because I'm like, if I would have said something to him, to a coach, to whatever, and we corrected that doesn't happen, but we allowed it. And so that created the culture because we allowed it. We allowed it. We allowed it, and it hurt us. So what you allow is ultimately going to define your team and your season. So again, culture, what do we allow as coaches? What do we emphasize? What's important to you? And then we got to do it each and every day.
I think I'm a math teacher, but I think the word culture, the American culture, the Native American culture, I think of that, and it's like, what is everything built on? It is built on customs. It's built on traditions. It's built on habits. It's built on, the formal it's a social group. Like these, there's a red light, you stop. Like that is the norm that's expected. It's the cultural thing that we have built into it. So I always think of culture like that. And I think we've won for 25 years because we didn't have a winning culture. I had to bring in it had some difficult years early, but I had to build in some expectations about, we run on Lambeau time. And if people don't know what Lambeau time is, the clock at Lambeau is 15 minutes off. So you should, if I say 5 o'clock, you're there at 4:45, because we run on Lambeau time. Be there early, then we can get going and get out. But there's just expectations. Like last week, we were talking about how I handled checkouts and things like that.
Yep.
Literally, I can guarantee you, and it might be Coach Collins a little OCD, there is nothing in our program that I have not thought about, that we do not have a custom, an expectation, how we handle it, how we do water breaks, how we get on the bus, how we do pregame, where we sit. I mean, everything, because part of that is kids like that. They like the warmth that comes with this is the way things are done. And I know it, I might not always agree with it. But it's like you said, it's expectations, it's emphasizing, it's, and when kids don't have that, they don't, I have noticed as a teacher for a really long time, they don't like it. They might complain, but they like that sense of, here is our group, and here's how we kind of do things. Kids,
and we learned this with COVID, right? Kids want routine, kids want discipline, kids need habits, and school gives them that.
Yes.
Good coaches and good teams give them that. And you can go into a classroom. I can go into a classroom in 2 minutes, know if there's good rules, routines and procedures and habits in that classroom. It's no different than what you just said and being a coach. Like, you can go into a practice and you know exactly what you're dealing with. I mean, it all comes down to routines, procedures, habits, expectations, and then following through with those each and every day.
I'll give you a story. So maybe in the last 5 or 7 years. So first of all, I'm tired when I walk into practice some days, but imagine kids, they're trying to keep it together. They're in social interactions. They have expectations from their parents. They have expectations from their teachers. They got to go from second hour to third hour. They got to figure out where they're going to eat lunch and where they're going to go to the bathroom. It's very stressful. It's a very whether they want to admit it or not, it is. It's a stressful kind. So we do our pre-practice, and then we do some visualization, and we literally meet in the middle circle every day, and we talk, and then we do about a minute meditation where I tell them to, and one of my coaches runs this, and I just leave that up behind for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. And then we're going to go have some fun, and we're going to get better, and we're going to go beat so-and-so on Friday, and blah, blah, blah. And, there was one day last year, I don't remember, that I forgot. I was just distracted. I was dealing with the managers and and so all of a sudden I was going into the drills, and they said, "Stop, coach. We have not done that." They wanted to desensitize, get kind of centered. So they gathered me back into it. It's like, no, that's not what we do. Here you go. It's like, oh, sorry. I was distracted. Sorry, Coach Olsen, take over, blah, blah, blah. And we did it. And then it's like, boom. At that point, I think we lost 1 or 2 games. I could just, part of it was we had to drive to Florida and back in a coach bus because the plane got canceled. But there's other things that brought us together too. But, those kind of things, it's like, when they call you on it, that culture is there for you.
And I would agree the same. We've had tons of success in our program like you have, and I bet you would say the same thing. People ask, it's culture and leadership, player leadership. I mean, you need player-led teams, and you need a good culture to consistently win. And that doesn't mean you're not going to have down years, but you overcome them with a good culture, and you rally from that. And we've been incredibly fortunate for a long, long time. And it really comes down to those two things.
And where I noticed this? So this is my 26th year. I've had one losing season, which was my first season. And then when we came out of COVID, so we didn't have a season in 2021. We did not have a season. The entire season was canceled. And where I noticed it was that following year. It's because I had I'd built 20 years of state championships, and this is what I had to literally reset. It took me an entire year to reset.
That's crazy. Why culture is every day, right?
It is, but I didn't have them. I didn't have them in school. I didn't see them. We did Zooms, but Zooms are Zooms. No. They didn't know me. I didn't know them. There was no trust. It's like, so that was, again, a stats teacher, but that was my experiment. Is like, holy crud. Like, and now I finally feel like we're back to maybe pre-COVID right now. We'll see after this year, but I think we're maybe culturally back to where we were. And that took 2 years.
Every principal I've talked to has said the same thing. Like, this is the first year that we feel things back to normal, and you can lose. And that's culture. And that's why culture is every day on our teams. It's every day, because look at what COVID did. It's a perfect example. Your story is a great example. You built this culture for 20 some years. You had to reestablish it because you didn't get a season with your kids.
I know. I still feel so bad. I still so bad for that group. All right. Anything else on culture, Coach?
I think that was a good summary.
All right. Good. Till next week.